Oh man, here we go again. What else is new? Might as well grab them while I can. Look at that beauty. So what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the pit lane. So this is the continuation of the last video. So on the last one, we were able to take out the aux fan and the manual aux fan and replace it with the electrical fan that we have here. The manual clutch disc fan is here. So the second part to that is now that we have replaced the mechanical fan with an electrical fan. There's only so many connections for the engine wiring to set up for. So what we got to do is go back through and we're going to take off this electrical fan, which is now having its power sourced from the front one. So there's no need to have both of them on. So we got to go through and pull this bad boy off. But the main thing that comes along with that, to get all the bolts for the front electrical fan to come off, we have to take the bumper off. And if you watched the last video, I'll try to throw it up in the corner. I think this is the side it will be on. And what we got into there is we found out we didn't have all the parts needed to pull the bumper off. So we went through, we pulled out the fog lights, disconnected the horn, and that happened on both sides. So what we got to do now is go through, pull off all the bolts. And the main one that's causing us problems is down here on the bottom. I'll give you guys a quick look at it. Hopefully you can see it. It's down here in there. There's two different long extension bolts that actually have a Torx head for it. So we just got back from the store. We were able to get hopefully the proper one. And then the other part with that is there is a plastic case that holds the bolt in place. So we had to get some pliers that we will be able to reach up in there and actually pull the bolt down itself. So let's get started on getting that removed and the other shenanigans we're gonna have to get into with the bumper. So we got the new socket on there with the actual Torx head. I'm hoping that it's a Torx 50. I've read in a couple different places and I actually measured it out myself. If you just use a 8mm socket, it should work too. But I'm gonna hopefully try to do it the right way for once in my life and not get burned for it. So the parts that you gotta go through is there's a couple bolts back here behind the wheel well that you gotta take out. There's a 8mm screw somewhere along here that I doubt I even have left anymore. And then the last ones are these big bolts that I'm gonna have to grab. I also threw down a blanket, trying to make sure that if we do get the bumper successfully off, that it's not in a bad situation after the fact. So, see if we can find anything. I don't know how that feels. All right, now that we have the one side up, let's see if we can actually get this bolt out. Should be easier. And then I'm gonna hate myself for not doing this to begin with. I think this is what I get for trying to do it the right way. It's on there. Socket's too small. Alright, that's what I get for trying to do it the right way. Now let's grab the 8mm, put it on my ratchet, go up there, and it's a little too small. Do I just have different size bolts? Probably, just my luck. So let's go up to the 9mm. See what that looks like. Ah, that's right in my eyeball. And we're on. Oh no. Well, my socket's up there now. So let me grab something. Oh, come on, bruh. Okay, so we got that. Then the easy part about owning a piece of poop is that you could just bypass. Let me make sure I can see you guys. So there's that housing that's holding it. You can't see anything, but basically it's right up there. I'm holding the light too, but it's that little plastic piece with that bolt that I'm gonna have to get up there with a plier and pull off, but let me get the other side so that we can make sure this doesn't fall on our head. So, like I said, it's 2 Torx bolts that you got to get up there. The 9mm ended up working for me, and then what I ended up doing is just reaching around on the inside and grabbing them and pulling them down instead of trying to put needle nose pliers up through it. But with the help of my lovely assistant and everything disconnected, we should be able to just pull this bumper and it should just come right off. Could you help me? So just grab it right here on your side and just pull. And then, okay, that's fine. Oh, that's what was falling off though. That's fine though. But hold on, I'm still connected over here to the horn. But then when we get the horn off, that's everything. So for the next part, kind of reveals, and I'm just gonna finish up the aux end part of it before I start getting into the shenanigans of kind of repainting and touching up some of this stuff, pulling out this grill and repainting that. But it looks like it should just be the parts that were on the top air dam that are already out, and then 2 bolts on the side. And it looks like this cover will come right off, and then it will just be this bolt and this bolt, along with maybe something else that's hidden, but let me get this shroud off and then get the fan off. And it turns out that these screws are actually snaps, so pull them out all the way so that you get some release on it, and then what you're going to do is just put an interior tool on there and then just try to pull it out as calmly as you can, which I can't get a good angle anywhere. So we were finally able to get the air dam off. Just put it down right over there. But it had 4 of these little guys, so it's pretty similar to most of the clips that are on these cars, but this time they're screw them all the way out, and then these were giving me a lot of trouble, so just try to put your tool behind them as best you can and pull it off in quick manner as possible. I know that's not always easy with these older style, but that's kind of what worked out for me. But as I expected, there was 2 bolts hidden behind the air dam itself, so it's got to take these 2 off, and then the fan should just be able to come out itself, giving us that sweet, sweet open air to the radiator. So let me get this fan off for you, and then we'll get going. So that's all she wrote on the front electrical fan. The only thing I wanted to point out is how ridiculous BMW is. They put studs in here to hold up a fan when they literally won't even put studs on their wheels themselves. But what do I know? I'm not the expert. But I'm gonna leave this facing open, so anytime that we're not driving through and getting all the air pulled in through just moving itself, this fan that I just installed in my last video should kick on and pull all the air through it as we're just sitting there like at a stoplight or something like that. This is kind of the configuration they have for the manuals that have the ZF transmission, but I don't even know if you have to put anything back on. I kind of like the look of it. It's a little edgy, it's a little new, it looks kind of like a spaceship that is just going to take off. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think of my new style and if I should just keep it like this or put everything back. I'm gonna put everything back, don't worry.